All right, here we go. All right, guys, let's take a look at the auditory discovery this morning and just see what they can share with us about this new pattern of a silent E. Let's have music with it. Well, what happened there? I guess we'll hit play and see. Okay,
Let's take a look at these pictures. We have a cake and we have flames. Say the word cake.
Cake,
Now say the word flame. What
flame.
sound did you hear that is the same in both of those words?
What do you hear? What's
That's right, you hear the A
A.
sound. Where did you hear that sound? Did you hear it in the beginning, middle, or end of the words?
Middle.
That's right, you heard the A in the middle of those words. Now that we've used our ears to listen to that A sound, let's use our eyes to determine what is making the A sound in these words. What do we already know that can make the A sound? That's right, the letter A in an open syllable. Let's look and see if that's what's happening in the word cake and flame.
Okay, what's
Well, I
happening?
see an A, but after that I see a consonant and then an E. A, consonant, E. This week we are learning a new syllable type. This syllable type is called vowel consonant E. And in this case, we're looking at the vowel A consonant E this week. So it's called vowel consonant E. When you see one vowel followed by a consonant and then the vowel E, then this is going to be a silent E, and the first vowel is going to say its long sound.
Which is
So
this letter
this
next.
week we are learning the new vowel consonant E syllable type.
Yeah, we call it the silent E pattern, but you can call it the vowel consonant E, but when you see this on the screen, you'll see what I'm talking about. We call it silent E, but it is known as the vowel consonant E pattern, okay? Because it does have a vowel followed by the consonant and the E. Vowel consonant E, but for short, we call it the silent E pattern. So again, show me that silent E pattern that you see on the screen. Yes, the silent E pattern. So again, that your word has a vowel followed by a consonant and an E. And when we have a silent E pattern, Sabrina, our vowel says its letter name and the E is silent. So I'm going to be pushing this up so we can hopefully see this along with our coding sheet this morning, because I want to make sure that we can remember this all very well as we're going through this list of words. Wow, that's going to be hard, huh? Go back. Oh, there we go. It's still going to be hard. I can't see it, can you? There. Is that better? Yeah, that'll work. All right. Let's go over steps to reading the word again, because it's going to be really important this week for sure. What is the very first thing we do when we're trying to read a word we don't know? Oh my goodness, girls. I see two people that need to redirect your attention to me. Turn your bodies around. You're showing me you can't sit close to each other if you're going to play while I'm teaching. Unacceptable. All right. What's the very first thing I do if I need to read a word that I do not know? What's my step? Mercer? We find the vowel. Once I find the vowel, what's my second job, Tessa? I look after the vowel. Now, if I look after the vowel, and let's say this time I look after the vowel and I see a consonant E, what syllable type is that word following? Open, closed, or silent E? Oh, I see a couple people that are paying attention. Good job. It's following the silent E pattern. So if I have a silent E pattern, my vowels will say E, A, I, O, U. Just like if I have that open syllable, they say their letter names. Okay? That's what that silent E does. It's a magic. Sometimes you hear it called the magic E because it magically makes the vowel say its name, but that E is silent. So it seems like it's not doing a lot, but it is. But remember, if I look past my vowel and I see that there's a consonant, is that open, closed, or silent E? Oh, I have somebody else fooling around over here. Open, closed, or silent E. There's no, or there is a consonant after my vowel. Yes, those of you that are listening are right. It's closed. So if I have a closed syllable type, what sound will my vowel make? Short sounds come from closed syllable types. Long vowel sounds come from open syllable types and silent E patterns. Does that make sense? Yes, thumbs up if you're making sense. All right, I've had now 2 times. Beck, you and Tessa, I'm having to write your names down because I've asked you once. I'm not asking again. So if we go out, it'll be a laugh, okay? Because you won't be quiet. You cannot show me that you guys can sit next to these people that you're sitting next to. You're giving me a clue that I need to rearrange the desks again, right?
Yes.
Do I really need to do that?
Yes.
No, you need to have some self-control and learn not to talk when the teacher's talking. All right, here we go. You see our new pattern. Take a look at your first word. Notice we have a lot of words today, but there's a reason for it. Take a look at the first word and find your vowel. Look past your vowel and really think about this. Is this open, closed, or silent E? Open, closed, silent E. It's closed, that's right. So what sound will this vowel make? Ah, right. So label it with a brief. Now this is a pretty simple CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant pattern word. So I want you to ready read it in your brain, decode it, and we're going to ready read it together. Remember the short A because it's closed syllable. Ready, read. Now, right. But now let's take a look at the word right next to it. Find your first vowel and look past it all the way to the end. Now tell me, is this open, closed, or silent E? Yes, I like how some of you are showing me that new signal. It's a silent E pattern because we see a consonant E following our vowel. So what sound will our vowel make, everyone? A. It's going to say its letter name, so let's label it with a macron. But now that E is what?
Silent.
Yes. So we cross through the E to help our brains remember that it's not going to say a word. So just make a slash through it, a line through it. Okay? Now, it's really funny because this word looks a lot like this word, doesn't it? If we cross through the E. But our vowel sounds are different, aren't they? Okay, so think about the sound that the vowel makes. It's the long sound. And let's do a ready read with this. Ready, read. Nate. Right, and that's a nonsense word. But that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going back and forth between closed syllables and silent E pattern words. And listening to the difference, the vowel changes that word up. It makes a big difference. Let's take a look at the next word. Find your vowel and look past it. Tell me, is this open, closed, or silent E? Open, closed, silent E. I like how some of you got the signals up. It's closed. So what sound should our vowel make? I don't hear you this morning. So label it with a brief. But I noticed that the consonant following this vowel is a tricky one. Can someone tell me about the consonant following this vowel? Styles, what can you tell me about it? It is a nasally N, and those nasally N and M's cause our vowel to make a sound. Sit down, Chandler. No, sir. Sit down. Those vowels cause our vowel, or those consonants that are nasally cause our vowel to distort our, wait, my verbiage is totally off because I was distracted by you. So don't get up, please. Now, back to what I'm trying to say. These nasally letters like N and M cause our vowels to be distorted. So we don't want to say the A sound here. What do we want to do with a word that has a vowel A, particularly followed by a nasally N or M? What do we want to do, Sophie? So we want to do what? What do we call that when we put 2 letters together? What do we call it, Styles? He chunks them together. Oh, Styles, you are on it this morning. You are one of the few people in here that's really paying attention. Let's put a line under the AN and chunk it together. Now we're going to read it as the little word that we all should know by now. What is AN, everyone? AN, right. So now we can do an onset rhyme decode with this. Ready? recognize that word by now because it is a high frequency word as well. Take a look at our next word. Find your first vowel. Look all the way past it to the end of the word and tell me, is it open, closed, or silent E? Open, closed, silent E. Oh, I see some of you know the signal. Good, it's silent E. So what sound will our vowel make? A. That's the long sound, so let's label it with the macron. Now, what about this E? What sound will it make? Who can raise their hand and tell me what sound will the E make? Sophia?
Silent E.
It's silent, so we're going to cross through that E because it's not going to make a sound. Now, this may look like the word can that we just read, but it's not because our vowel has changed. So decode in your brain this word, making that long vowel sound. Show me a thumbs up when you're ready to read. Ready, read.
Cane.
Cane. So can changed to cane when we added an E at the end. All right, take a look at our next word and find your vowel. Look past it. Is it open, closed, or silent E? Wow, I got some fast people today. It's closed. What sound will our vowel make, everyone? Ah. Label it with our breathe. And now I would like you to decode that in your brain for another ready read. With a short vowel. Show me that thumbs up when you're ready. Read. Math. Please wait for me to prompt you. Okay, look at our next word. Find our vowel. Look all the way past your vowel and tell me, is this open, closed, or silent E? Nice job. Y'all are catching on. It is silent E. So what sound will our vowel make? No. A. Let's label it with a macron. What sound does the E make, Beck? Nothing. We're going to cross through it to help our brains remember not to try to sound that E. All right, so remember we had Matt here. Decode this in your brain, but with a long A sound. Show me that thumbs up when you're ready. I don't want to hear this word until I ask for it, Judah. Ready, read.
Mate.
Mate. Nice. Take a look at the last two words. We've got 2 to go. Find your vowel and look past it. Is it open, closed, or silent E? Ooh, still looking for signals. It is closed. So what sound will our vowel make? Ah. Label it with a breathe. Now decode this word in your brain. Show me that thumbs up when you're ready. Read.
Rat.
Try again.
Rat.
Rat. Rat, because it's a short vowel again. Now last one, find your vowel. Look all the way past it. Is it open, closed, silent E pattern? Which one? Open, closed, or silent E? Silent E is right. So what sound will our vowel make? A, which is our long sound, so we label it with the macron. What sound does the E make, Ayla? Not a sound, nothing at all, so let's cross through it. Now remember, we had rat over here because it was closed syllable and a short vowel sound. Now we have our long vowel sound. Judah, I heard you again. That would be a lap. Get it decoded in your brain with that long A sound. Show me that thumbs up when you're ready to read. Ready, read.
Rate.
One more time.
Rate.
Rate. Rat, rate. So all that's changing is the vowel sound in these words that we coded today. So you have to look through the entire word with your eyes to make sure you're noticing, what syllable type is it? Which pattern is it going to follow? All right, guys, let's go ahead and put this quietly in your orange folder and transition over to your soundboards and markers and erasers with very little conversation. Let's keep it at a voice level of 0, no louder than a 1, as we quickly transition. And you will need to go ahead and turn to your Elconian boxes. Well, I could add, let's do the lines. I will add one of the part words today. So we can get that off our list. Oh, I like how quiet some of you are doing. You're doing such a nice job. learning today. I need to push your desk up a little bit. But that's where they were to begin with. And there was a nice walking path here when I got here this morning. But I set it up last Friday. All right, here we go. I'm going to add a new word. It's got to go to the very top. So I don't know how to wait a little bit. Oh, I got it. Here we go. Don't say it out loud. Remember, if you recognize it, which you should, because we invited. Why am I doing it again? That is interesting. Thank you, Sophia. But you know what? I got another one, and I don't know why they told me to do it again this week. But you're right. What is this word? Okay, but I'm going to add some things to it and make it the other heart word we need. I don't know why they asked us to do it twice. Okay, now, you should recognize this word too because we are looking at the cards, the flashcards, and it's on there. So, let's see, Maddie, what is this word? It is the word does. But say you come to it and you're reading and you haven't been paying very good attention as we've been doing our flashcards with our heart words on them. Say you don't know it yet and you try to decode it, because that's your strategy always, to try to decode a word you don't know. And you go to it and you find your vowel, but you look past your vowel and instead of seeing a consonant, you see an ES. What does that mean? We haven't learned anything like that, have we? No, we haven't, because it would be considered some type of vowel team, which questionable if it is a vowel team at all. So we have to learn by heart that this O-E makes the sound. So I'm going to put one big heart above the O-E. And if you were to decode it, which you can, but if you did know that and learned that by heart, the you might be able to figure that out. But you just need to learn by heart that does, the O-E and does makes the sound. Charlie, I need you back at your desk with your soundboard and marker out. You don't get to miss this portion. Quickly. All right, so let's say the name of the letter as we write it multiple times on your board. D-O-E-S, does. And I want to hear your voices. D-O-E-S, does. D-O-E-S, does. You can do it that right now. Put it on your desk. D-O-E-S, does. D-O-E-S, does. D-O-E-S, does. D-O-E-S, does. Flip it around. D-O-E-S, does. D-O-E-S, does. That's a B. Turn it around and make a B. D-O-E-S, does. D-O-E-S, does. D-O-E-S, does. Turn that around. That's a D. Make it a D. D-O-E-S, does. D-O-E-S, does. Right, one more time. D-O-E-S, does. Put your markers down. Eyes on the word. Let's clap and snap 3 times. Ready? D-O-E-S, does. D-O-E-S, does. One more. D-O-E-S, does. Good. Erase your boards and flip over to the Elconian boxes so we can work with some of these words that have the vowel consonant E or silent E pattern. Now I'm going to put my little pattern right there so you can remember it. Keep that in your brain. All right, we're going to just do about 2 words this morning. There's a lot of words that fall in this category, so lots. That one's been done, that one's been done. All right. Now, there's a trick to when we get to writing this in our boxes, okay, guys? So I need to show you that trick. Make sure you can do it, and you remember how to do this. So don't get ahead of me today. And you shouldn't get ahead of me any day, should you? No, you should be staying with me every time we're working on this. But I'll say a word to you. You repeat it back to me. We're going to stretch out our arm and segment it by the individual sounds we hear. Then we're going to count our sounds. Then I want you to freeze. Okay? Ready? Our first word is date. Arm out. D. 8. Date. Now count the sounds. D. 8. got to find my box of 3. Here's my box of 3, okay? Watch this. What do you think? I only write letters in boxes that make sounds. So which letters do we hear that make a sound? D. 8. So what do you think I do with that silent E that's at the end of this word? Because it doesn't make a sound at all. Tessa? Yes, but outside of the box because it makes no sound. So the E goes here. Look at that. Because only letters that make sounds go inside our Elconian boxes. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So we put our silent E on the outside of our box. Are you doing this now, Max? I need you to. Once you've got this segmented and written in this box correctly, flip it over and practice writing the word date. D-8, date. D-8, date. Now, I'm not showing you all of them like that. I expect you to remember this the next time. D-8, date. D-8, date. This is a silent E. Consonant, vowel, silent E pattern. What are you forgetting at the end of your word? D-8, date. D-8. Get busy writing more, please. D-8, date. Okay, you're writing these again. Turn those to D's. Check your alphabet on your desk. D-8, date. D-8, date. Oh, okay. Put your E closer to your word. D-8. Make your stick with your D taller, Henry. That does not look like a D at all. In fact, these all look like A's, quite frankly, or maybe even Q's. D-8, date. D-8, date. Oh, good job. D-8, date. D-8, date. Okay, that is right. All right. All right, write it one more time. D-8, date. And then erase your board and flip back to the Elconian boxes, and we're going to see if you can remember what we're doing with that silent E on your own this time, without me modeling it. Okay, so here's our next word. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, repeat back to me. Made.
Made.
Arm out. A D. Made. Count the sounds. A D. Made. How many sounds?
3.
Go to our box of 3 again. But think about that vowel sound. A D. Made. Notice what I did to put that dot on the outside of that box to help you remember. A D. Made. Aid. Made. Remember what's making that A say its name. Aid. Made. Get busy. You're about to get another laugh and a phone call to your mom. Aid. Made. A. What letter makes the A sound? Aid. Made. A. D. 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 I don't see that letter here. A. D. D. What's making that A say its name? Just put it at the end of it. Very good. A. D. Made. Good job. Aid. Made. Okay. We don't need that kind of a tail on those A's, do we? It's really just like cute. Aid. Made. Aid. Made. Some of you are just so fantastic at writing your words many, many times. That's correct. Now you turn it to B's. Flip that back around to a D. Aid. Made. Aid. Made. Okay, right one more time. Made. Now when you put it in the Elconian box, you should have done that. Thumbs up if you did. Good job. The E again is silent, so it doesn't need a box. It goes outside of the box. Good job. Lots of words on your boards this morning. That looks fantastic. Let's do one more. Let's erase and do one more silent E word. There's a lot of them, like I said, this week, so it won't hurt us to do one more. All right, we're going to try this one next. This one, I've got a little rule for you to go along with this to help you know what's at the end of it, too. So when you hear a vowel followed by the k sound, which you're about to, a long vowel, followed by the k sound, it's made by that KE, vowel, consonant, E pattern. But if you hear a short A, short vowel, any short vowel, followed by the k sound, it's made by that CK digraph. Now, are we working with digraphs this week? No, we're working with vowel, consonant, E patterns, or silent E pattern words. So, but I want you to know that if you hear a long vowel followed by the k sound, it's made by the vowel KE pattern. Keep that in mind. Did you hear me say C? No. And I know C can make that k sound. Do we want a C in our word? No, I don't want to see a C in anybody's word. Repeat this word back to me. Take.
Take.
Arm out. Ache. Take. Count the sounds. Ache. Take. How many sounds? 3. And if you were listening to what I just said, you shouldn't have any trouble spelling this one. Ache. Take. Ache. Take. Ache. What did I just say about that? What is making that k sound if it has a long vowel followed by the k sound? No, that's not. I specifically said not that letter. That's right, Remy. Ache. Take. Ache. Take. Ache. Take. Both of you, this isn't vowel saying its letter name, so what's at the end of this word? This entire week, we're working with vowel, consonant, E, pattern words. I didn't tell you to erase your vowel. Put it back. Ache. What's at the end making the A say its name? That's right. You got to put that in your brain. It's got to stick in your brain. Oh, I specifically said if we heard a long A, we were not going to use that C if we heard that sound after it. It would be the other. Oh, that's backwards. That's backwards. Look at your letters. Where's your alphabet? You need to check it if you're not certain about how to write it. A, take. Good. A, take. Ooh, I just said this was not what we needed. I specifically said if we have a short A, we use the CK. If we have a long A, we use the KE. The long vowel followed by the K sound is made by the KE. Vowel, KE, vowel, consonant E, or silent E pattern. A, take. Good, much better. A, get busy please. A, take. A, take. All right, let me show you how this word should look. A, take, with that silent E at the end. And again, if you hear a long vowel followed by the K sound, it is made by the KE. All right, let's erase our boards and go back to the line side. I see lots of you have written your words many, many times, and I'm very proud of you for working so hard. I want you, though, to flip over to the line side, and let's look at a dictation sentence today. Because, again, we have to get really good at writing our sentences correctly. We should have no talking during our transition that's within our lesson, Charlie. So please keep that in mind. Now, we have don't know what, there they are. Let's see, who can tell me the very first thing you need to do when you're writing a good, complete sentence? Remy, what do?
You write a capital letter.
You started with a capital letter. Every good sentence starts with a capital letter. What do we put in between our words as we're writing our sentence so that we can read it? Judah?
Finger spaces.
Finger spacing. What do we put at the very end of our sentence to show that we are finished with that thought? We are stopping. What do we do, Beck? Punctuation mark. So what are the 3 different types of ending punctuation marks that we know that we use at the end of sentences? Tell me one, Lynn.
Period.
Periods. That's what you put at the end of a telling sentence when you're telling something. What's another punctuation mark, Ayla? Question marks are at the end of sentences when you're asking something, and you can tell if I'm asking something because I'll raise my voice up at the end to emphasize that I'm asking instead of telling. And then there's one final ending punctuation mark that we have, Juliana. What is it? An exclamation mark. And who can tell me why do we use exclamation marks? Why are they in our writing and in our reading? What do they mean? Remy?
Like if there's like if they're doing something, like down it's something
It's hard to explain. Can somebody else explain it? Ayla, can you tell us about that? You're reading it with more feeling, right? So your feeling could be excitement. You could be excited. It might be at the end of a sentence that says, it's going to snow tonight. You could be super excited about that,
Yeah.
right? So you put an exclamation mark at the end of it. Or it could be you're scared and you go, yikes! They put an exclamation mark after the word yikes because they're showing more feeling. So you could be scared, you could be excited. We could use that exclamation mark for so many reasons, okay? But here's the sentence I have for you today, and I want to remind you again, we're working with that silent E pattern. You are going to hear words that have that long A. If you hear a long A, what do you want to put at the end of that word? Okay, let's see how this goes. You ready? Repeat back to me. Jane ate a grape.
Jane ate a grape.
Okay, start writing it correctly with all those things you just told me about a sentence. Jane ate a grape. 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 Jane, that's not the letter that makes that j sound. Jane ate a grape. Jane ate a, saying its letter name. Let's see, following a new pattern we're learning. Jane ate a grape. Capitalize the beginning of your sentence, please. Jane ate a grape. I think you bring up these letters confused. These two. Ate. Following our new pattern. And the last letter in that pattern should be that silent E. Jane ate a grape. Ate. What are we learning about this week? Ate. Ape. You do need the word a. Jane ate a grape. Ooh, you're flip-flopping these too. Ate. What do you hear? Ate. Jane ate. Jane ate a grape. Jane ate the word a, guys. Remember? Jane ate a grape, or I could say Jane ate a grape, because that word a can be pronounced a or Ooh, you forgot something too. A. I hear that vowel saying its name. So that means that there's something after that. P. Jane. Jane. And what do you need at the beginning of your sentence? Jane ate a grape. No, watch me. Or try again. Jane. It's a capital. Jane ate. Capitalize it. You can erase it with your fingertips. Jane, not during word study. Go sit down and please stop holding yourself, Sophia. That is so inappropriate. No lady ever walks around holding themselves because they have to go to the bathroom. You need something at the beginning of your sentence. Jane ate, you do too. Jane ate a grape. What do we do at the beginning of our sentences if they're good, complete sentences? Jane ate a grape. That's nice. Jane ate a grape. The A saying its name, so what needs to go after that P? Jane, what do we start our sentences with? Jane ate a grape. Oh, this is good until here you forgot something here. Oh, you did it here. This one I get rid of. Jane ate a grape. It's good, except you forgot something at the very end of your sentence. Well, that's Jan. Jan ate a grape. So what do you think you need to do differently to this word and this word? Jan ate a grape. It's not what my sentence says. My sentence says Jane ate a grape. Jane ate a grape. That's the funny thing with these silent E pattern words. If you don't spell it right, you typically make a word, but it's not the right word, is it? So here's what your sentence should look like. You should have started with a capital J. A. I hear that vowel saying its name. So it has to have that N-E. Vowel, consonant E pattern. Jane, finger space. A. Oh, I hear that A saying its name again. So I need that vowel, consonant E pattern again. Silent E pattern. Jane ate a or however you want to pronounce it, return sweep, and then your last word was grr. I hear that GR blend. A, it's saying its letter name again, so I want that E. And I was just telling you that, so I just needed a period at the end. So I need you to fix your sentence. If it does not look exactly like mine, will you make it look like mine? Jane ate a grape. Good. Jane ate a grape. Where's your sentence? Don't ever erase your sentence until I've looked at it. Jane ate a grape. Nice. You gotta rewrite it because I didn't see it. And it was wrong the last time I looked at it. So you're gonna have to turn around and look at mine. Hey, use this because we don't have all day, Henry, but keep in mind, don't ever erase your board until a teacher has looked to see how you've done. I've been walking around and some of you have had some mistakes that hopefully you figured out by the time you saw my correct sentence. But that's not the A. What vowel makes the A sound? A. Jane ate a grape. All right. Well, today again, what was our new syllable type that we learned about? Show me your signal. What is it? Oh, yes, it's the silent E pattern. And we can call the silent E pattern, or we can say it's the vowel consonant E pattern. They're both correct, but again, if you hear that vowel saying its letter name, it's followed by that ending sound and an E, okay? Jane. And if I take away that E in Jane, it becomes Jan. I didn't say Jan, did I? Those are two different names. I said Jane. So we have to have that long A, consonant E pattern. All right, so that's again our new syllable type and our new pattern for the week. So now you'll erase your boards and quietly transition to putting your things where they belong in your nice, clean, organized desk. We're going to move on to listening to a story online today that has to do with Thanksgiving. Get you in the mood for Thanksgiving break coming up. We're gonna watch a little, or listen to some online stories.